Hello everyone and welcome to another fireside chat at the Zero Project Conference 2024. And even though this year we are concentrating on education and ICT, this fireside will be talking about something very different. We are here to talk about fashion. And this is why I would like to describe how I'm looking. I'm a fairly young lady with dark hair, almost black, very short, and I'm wearing a very long dress that is black in color, but has a pattern with animals and florals in green and blue. And I'm joined by two very beautiful young ladies, Sema and Muroj, who will be really leading this talk and talking about why is it so important that advocates join their forces for the fight of inclusive fashion. Muroj, can you introduce yourself?
So, hello everyone. I'm Muroj, a fashion designer of Augenhoehe. I'm a short stature woman. I'm a person of color, and I have brown eyes. I'm wearing a T-shirt of Augenhoehe, black blazer with beige trousers and shoes.
And you, Sema?
Hello, I am Sema. I am a person of color and I have dark brown eyes and brown, almost a black hair, short hair, like until my shoulders. I'm wearing a beautiful dress in the color of mustard, like dark yellow, I would say, from the wonderful label We Dress Collective. And I'm wearing black tights and black boots. And I'm happy to be here.
Fantastic. We are also happy to have you here. So this question comes to you, Muroj. Can you tell us what's the buzz about, inclusive fashion? Why is it so important?
So, the buzz around inclusive and accessible fashion comes from its profound impact on the quality of life and communities' needs. And this is essential because everyone deserves the ability to express themselves through fashion as a basic human right. And from my perspective as a disabled person, inclusive and accessible fashion is not just about basic needs, it's about empowerment and dignity, because clothing is an important part of self-expression and identity. And when fashion becomes accessible to all, it develops a sense of belonging and confidence in the disabled community. It's also about practicality and independence, as adaptive designs can make dressing easier and more comfortable, which will help individuals to manage their daily life more easily and completely on their own. And I believe it's important to not only those theoretically, but also to share it with experts in the field and build it up practically. And this is exactly what we do with Augenhoehe.
Oh, but tell me, is it like all rainbows or are you also having some challenges? And maybe Sema, you can take that question.
I think the key challenges is to convince companies the importance of inclusive fashion, the importance of to collaborate together on inclusive products. And I think it's also frustrating to see how I am viewing it in the past years, to see that sometimes partners and companies are seeing inclusive fashion like a checkbox or like a to-do list they have to fulfill. What I mean with this is it's so important not to just have a short-term partnerships on creating a real inclusive fashion world. It is so important to have a long-lasting partnership, that this topic is not just seen like as a one-off initiative. It's a really important case. It's a case which is not just like a trend topic. It is an important topic, a sustainable and inclusive like impact topic, which needs to be really taken seriously. And when I follow that partners or companies are taking this course just like a, like a campaign story, for example, I'm thinking, okay, but this is not the real change and the real impact we want to raise in the future. And so I think it's important to understand the real sense of movement, to collaborate together with companies like, for example, of Augenhoehe, who build up inclusive products, that companies understand this expertise and the know-how to do some greater things together for long-term project. And I think this is kind of a challenge.
It definitely sounds like a challenge, but I can also think that you are an example of how it can work out in one way or another. Do you agree?
Yeah, definitely. I think people with disabilities can provide first-hand information about their unique needs and challenges, while non-disabled advocates can use their platform, influence, and resources to amplify these voices and create systemic change in the fashion industry. And these partnerships foster beneficial learning, empathy, and collective commitment to creating more inclusive and accessible fashion environment for everyone.
Exactly, because you are the perfect example of how people with different abilities and non-disabled people can work together in tandem and make a change. How did you find each other? What's the story behind that?
So, after I graduated from the University of Derby, I got an email because I attended the Fashion Week in London. So I got an email that they are offering for us mentors. And the last thing, I applied for this mentoring sessions and told them that I want to build a brand for short-stature persons. So that's how I met Sema.
Okay, and Sema, what is your story? How did you get here?
Yeah, actually, of Augenhoehe is a company which created a size chart system for short stature people, and for 10 years we collected body measurements from people of short stature, from wheelchair users, from basically from any kind of people with disabilities, to understand what is a truly inclusive and accessible fashion product, and how can we create a fully accessible fashion world. So in the last 10 years, we not only took measurements of people with disabilities, we also exchanged with people with disabilities, with their friends and with their family members, to really understand what is happening and why is this topic so neglected historically by the fashion industry. So, and everything started actually because I have a cousin who's a person of short stature, and I wanted to understand if what the exchange I have with my cousin and in our family, if it is like a global systematic same way of communication, of living the world. And it came out when I traveled during my studies all over the world, that all the individuals are telling me the same. So then I understood, okay, there must be a reason for, and we have to make a deep research how we could change it and how can we transmit it to the industry as a standard cause. And yeah, today we are creating not only products, we are also consulting companies, how they can be more inclusive in the ways of producing, for example, products, and also campaignings. And I think we are also, like I say always, we are a 100% community-driven company, and it's for us super important to work together with disabled people and non-disabled people to really exchange and to understand how we can make a world without barriers happen.
That is so Zero Project of you to have that aim at the back of your head. I'm really, really excited and really, really happy to hear that. But also, it got me thinking about one more thing, because you are saying that you have a company. Do you have a shop, online shop? Is it here in the streets of Vienna? Where we can find you?
Actually, yes, we have a shop, we have an online shop, so you can, actually everybody can shop at our website. It's an e-commerce company currently at www.augenhoehe.design. And we don't have like stationary like shop, it's only online currently. And together with companies, we want to go to the next level. To outside, we are presenting currently only our products for short stature people because we wanted to focus. We really wanted to create great products which are working, and we are selling worldwide and have 0% return rate, and this makes us super proud. And that's why we are ready now to go to the next step and build the next products together with companies like products for wheelchair users, for people with Down syndrome, and more to really create a more inclusive fashion society.
That sounds amazing. So, Muroj, the last question to you, because I'm already seeing that we are slowly running out of time. If you could design something that you always dreamed of, what would that be?
Oh, I dreamed of a lot of things, to be honest. Every time when I saw like something nice, dresses and everything, I'm like, I wish it can be like on my size. So I would say like everything, or like especially dresses maybe. And this is something a little bit different, but also shoes, because we have already like really a problem with shoes also. So yeah.
And Sema, is there something in particular that you would like to sell in your company and just, you know, showcase to everyone that, oh, this is the piece of dress, this is the piece of clothing that we're the most proud of? What that would be?
Yeah, actually we are dreaming about having a product which is really working for everybody, but this is almost impossible, but maybe it is, and we are finding out how we could create this product. And for this we need also definitely partners who are researching with this on that topic. But what I'm also dreaming about is to having in the future kind of like a digital wardrobe where you can go in, anybody, any person of any body shape can go inside, choose the product which you want to buy, and next to the digital wardrobe it's like 3D print, like a instant shopping solution. So when there's someone out there who wants to research on this product, I would be very happy.
Of course, I'm pretty sure there must be one person here at our Zero Project conference that just heard that and thought, oh, that's about me. So where we can find you here at the conference, tell us.
So you can find us on the ground floor. Which area is it actually?
In the exhibition zone?
It's in the exhibition zone 5, area 5, I'm seeing now. Booth 5, of course, booth 5. It's on the diagonal way of the press conference room. So come and join us, let's exchange.
Yes, big shout out to Jasmine in, you know, the audience, who's a great buffer right there. And with that, I think we are ready to conclude our fireside. Thank you so much to both of you. Thank you for sharing your stories. And I hope that you will be able to design very lovely clothes for all people in the world.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.